The first time I walked into a ham radio club meeting, I stopped in the doorway. You know the feeling. You're new. You don't know anybody. And then there's that half second where you're trying to decide whether you're actually going to walk in or just turn around and leave. I decided to walk in. I took a seat in the back. Nobody looked up. The conversations just kept going on around me like I wasn't even there. I was probably the youngest person in that room. I had just passed my general exam. I didn't know a soul. And even though I had been a licensed ham for 10 years already, I had this whole story running in my head that I was some kind of fraud, that everybody in that room could tell that I didn't belong there, that I hadn't earned the right to be in that room yet. But here's the thing I figured out since then. That feeling I had in the doorway had nothing to do with electronics or licensing or which radio to buy. It was the fear of being seen as not knowing what you're doing in front of people who obviously do. Some folks might call it imposter syndrome. And unless you already have friends in the hobby, almost every new ham feels some version of this. They just don't say it out loud. So I'm going to, because that feeling is the reason that somebody gets their license and then never shows up to a club meeting. It's the reason radio ends up in a drawer somewhere and a call sign never actually gets used. And because nobody talks about it, every single new person thinks that they're the only one who feels like that. You're not. And here's the part that I really want you to hear. The fear is always bigger than the reality. What you're dreading is enormous in your head, but it's small the moment that you actually walk into it. Let me show you what I mean. So there I was in the back of that room, running that whole story through my head. Everybody can see that I'm a fraud. Everybody knows that I don't really belong here. I sat through most of that meeting feeling like that. And here's what was actually happening in that room. Nobody was really thinking about me at all. They were thinking about getting coffee and about field day that was coming up. The judgment that I felt wasn't coming from any of them. I brought it in the door with me. It was a story I was telling myself, and I was the only person in the room who could hear it. Toward the end of the meeting, I finally worked up the nerve to introduce myself to a guy that was sitting near me. This was the entire brave act I had been dreading for like an hour. He turned out to be friendly. He asked how long I was licensed and what I was into. A couple of other folks leaned in. I mean, it wasn't like fireworks going off or anything, but it was easy and it was warm and it was nothing like the thing that I was kind of bracing myself for. Think about that for a second. I put up with an hour of dread, but the result was a couple of ordinary, pleasant conversations. It didn't make sense to feel so much fear about that situation. My whole evening basically got held hostage over something that, in reality, it was over the second I opened my mouth. The fear felt huge, but the thing itself was really small and it was actually kind of cool. And it doesn't just happen when you walk into a room. That exact same fear shows up at the radio too. Here's another personal story. Back in 2010, I had a brand new mobile radio in my car, and I let it sit there for 3 weeks without once keying up. I only listened. I was too nervous to do anything else. It wasn't a gear problem. I had the radio, the antenna, the license, all of it was working. I even had my call sign on a sticky note stuck to the dashboard because I was afraid I would forget it. The problem was entirely in my own head. I would reach for the talk button and then my hand would just freeze. I went through 3 weeks of that. And when I finally did key up, I gave my call sign, I said I was listening. Somebody came back right away and they were friendly and they wanted to know where I was and what kind of radio I was using. 2 minutes and it was over. That was 3 weeks of dread leading up to 2 pleasant minutes of conversation. It was basically the same thing that happened to me in that club meeting all those years later. The same fear, it was just wearing a different costume. There's even a name for this one in the hobby. We call it mic fright. And every licensed ham on earth has probably felt it. The old timer with the tower in his backyard, he sat with his thumb over that button once too. The only difference between him and you is that he pushed the button sooner. And I'll be honest with you, because I don't want to make this sound easier than it actually was. That club meeting I told you about, it wasn't something I struggled with on just one night. I went back. And for several Saturdays, breakfast meetings, coffee, all of that stuff, I sat there and struggled. I struggled to make friends. I struggled to find a way into conversations. And half the time, I didn't even understand what they were talking about. Somebody would bring up a mode or a band opening or some piece of gear, and I would just nod along, quietly certain that everybody could tell I was lost. That's the version of this fear nobody warns you about. It's not the dramatic one, the shaky hand on the mic. It's that slow version. It's you showing up to a room full of people who clearly know more than you, week after week, and feeling like a fraud the whole time. Here's what I eventually figured out sitting in those meetings. Nobody expected me to know everything. They weren't testing me. The stuff I didn't understand, that wasn't proof that I didn't belong. It was just the stuff that I didn't learn yet. There's a difference, and it took me a few meetings before I started to feel that. The moment I started actually asking questions, what does that mean? How does that work? Then the whole thing started to open up. It turns out that people in this hobby really enjoy explaining things. The question that I was afraid would expose me was the exact thing that opened the doors and let me in. So here's why this keeps happening. In the doorway, at the mic, at the breakfast table. The movie in your head goes something like this. You stumble or you ask a dumb question and a bunch of grumpy experts pounce on you for it. The reality is almost the opposite. Most people in this hobby are kind because they want new folks to join, and most of them remember being exactly where you are right now. The ones who would actually chew out a beginner are really rare. And when somebody like that shows up, every other hand within earshot knows that he's the jerk, not you. The community polices that so that you don't have to. And honestly, most folks aren't paying nearly as much attention to you as you think. Everybody's a little wrapped up in their own thing. That spotlight that you feel is mostly just one that you're pointing at yourself. Now the good news. You can fix this, and it almost doesn't matter how you start because every way ends up teaching you pretty much the same thing. If a full room at a club meeting feels like too much for you, go smaller. Try to find a POTA activation in a park nearby, somebody set up at a picnic table with a portable antenna, and just walk over. They're usually thrilled to meet a new person, and they'll show you everything that they're doing. If keying up live feels like a roadblock for you, then do what I did in the car. Listen first. Sit on a repeater, hear how people actually talk, and kind of get the rhythm of it. Lurk before you leap. There's zero shame in it. Or go the other way entirely. Walk into that club meeting. Stand in the doorway a little too long like I did, and then sit down and keep coming back. Introduce yourself to somebody. Ask the question that you're afraid to ask. Different comfort levels, but the same ending every time. The fear doesn't survive contact with the actual experience. Some people might push back on this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Being new, being visibly, audibly new, where people can tell, is not really the problem here. It's the whole point. You don't get comfortable in this hobby in private. You get comfortable out loud, in the room, at the mic, asking the question, being a little bad at it with other people around. Every ham who makes you feel like you don't belong started in exactly the same place. So stop avoiding the one thing that actually gets you past it. I'm not going to walk you through the mechanics today, like how to break into a conversation, the phonetics, the procedure for a clean first contact. That's a whole nother video, and I'm going to make it one of these days. This one's not about the actual technique. It's about the mental roadblock that sits in front of the technique. Knock down that wall first, and the procedure only takes maybe 10 minutes to learn. Okay, 2 things in the comments. If you're new, tell me the thing that you've been too nervous to try, the meeting that you haven't walked into, the button that you haven't pushed, the question you've been afraid to ask. Just say it. You'll find out fast how many people are standing right there with you. And if you've been at this for a while, do me a favor. Tell the new folks about your first time, the meeting that you almost skipped, the contact that you were scared to make, the Saturday that you sat there not understanding a word. Every time one of us admits it, the next person in that doorway feels a little bit less alone. Look, this feeling is one of a handful of things that trips up almost every new ham, and nobody hands you the list of these things up front, so I made it. It's a free video course called The Top 5 Beginner Ham Radio Frustrations. The stuff that stops people cold and how to get past each one. It's the first link in the description. It's completely free, so go grab it. And if this hit home, if you're sitting on a license that you haven't really used yet, subscribe and stick around. I put out something like this every couple of weeks, and you don't have to figure all of this out alone like I did. My name is Donnie, KD0JYV. Show up, introduce yourself. I'll see you on the air. 73.